The first card you have your past is death. Okay, so there are a couple of things I'm seeing here. I'm getting this feeling to start with of, enough. I want to start afresh. I want to start all over again. I think you wanted to start everything new. That's what it feels like to me. Different surroundings, different people, everything. Getting out of one and getting into another situation. There's someone else here around this as well with you in this. I'm not seeing a love connection here. Someone who, they're deeply connected to you. You wanted to bring them with you into this new life, this new place. I'm getting this feeling of, I want to show you this. I want to open up this whole new world for you. I want you to see this. I want you to see that. That's what I'm getting. It feels as if, you led a very different life at one time. Different to where you are now, very different. And I think in some parts of your old life, I think you're better off, but in other areas, things were a lot worse. That's what I'm seeing. So you're better off in some ways, worse off in other ways now. And I think things might have been better financially for you. It might be that, doesn't have to be. But now you're freer in other ways. That's what I'm seeing. Freedom, because I'm seeing a bit of control. There's a bit of control around this. I think that control might have something to do with an old love situation. Doesn't have to mean they were controlling. They might have been, but control can manifest in a lot of different ways, and it might have just been that you had there was a controlling atmosphere for some reason around that time you were with them. I don't know. But I'm getting that feeling of control and now freedom. It might just be you were trapped in an old life. I don't know. So yeah, you had someone to think about as well. You have this person who you're very, very close to, and you're kind of very concerned about making the right decision for that person as well. That's what I'm seeing as well. You're definitely going to be able to do this thing. You do have a few restrictions around you. It's like you've left one set of restrictions for another set. But I think these new restrictions are a lot easier for you to deal with than the old ones, I think. And it might be that they're not attached to a person, because I think your old life was attached to this old person. So you're a lot freer than you were. I'm getting that. The other thing is, I have to say this, I hate to say this, but I'm seeing that in this card as well. I'm seeing this quite literally. So for some people, obviously not everyone, you've lost someone. Maybe not you, someone has. Someone's literally left this earth, and I don't usually see this in this card. I think this is the first time since I've started doing these readings on here that I've seen this in this card. So I'm seeing that very clearly. There's family around this, so this person might have been a family member that you've lost. And obviously, if this resonates, this was a very, very stressful time. I'm getting something around the organisation of something. Might be a funeral or memorial or something. There was some kind of stress around that. And I'm seeing family very clearly. I'm seeing people. I'm seeing two people actually making this a lot stressful than it needed to be. And I also think this was all happening when you had a lot of other stress going on as well. So it was quite difficult, very, very difficult. Just a little warning here. There are going to be some people, I'm seeing some people. There are going to be some people, and I think these two people, I think it's these two people, the same people, they're going to keep on creating drama, stress and all of that. So if that makes sense to you, if this is you, firstly, I'm very sorry for your loss. Secondly, please try to stay away from these troublesome people as much as you possibly can, because you don't need any more stress at this time. You absolutely don't. And I think after this all calms down, I think it will. I think things are going to be a lot simpler for you personally, especially if you stay out of this drama. Yeah, I'm seeing a big effort to simplify things. You're going to simplify everything, absolutely everything. You're not going to carry around baggage, anything you don't need to have. You're going to get rid of it. It just feels like you've been weighed down for so long, and that's going to lift. That heaviness is going to lift. And and I think this is probably in preparation for this shift that I'm seeing, this new world, this new life, or whatever this is. So I think this is a very important time for you. You might not realise it if you're going through all this stress and this drama and everything else, and obviously if you've had a loss, you're probably not realising this. But it is the beginning of a new shift for you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the next card you have your past is the Chariot. Yeah, you're making this effort. This is about lightening your load, and you're doing this emotionally, mentally. You're also doing this on a practical level as well. I think you might have already started doing this, getting rid of old things. I don't know if you're going to turn into a minimalist or not. You might be. Yeah, you're definitely getting rid of a whole lot of old things that don't serve you. The man in this Chariot is obviously, he's on a journey, so he wants to get there quickly. He's serious about where he's going, so he means business. He wants to get there, and to get to where you want to go, to get to this new life, you're going to have to get rid of old things. Otherwise, it'll be too heavy for you to carry them with you. So, I think you might actually still have some items around your home that might be linked to this old relationship, maybe in a cupboard somewhere, a drawer or something. So, if that's the case, this is the time to get rid of those things. It's time to get rid of that old energy. And then when you do that, you can bring the new in. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm also seeing someone who'd love to come back into your life. That's what I'm seeing. It's not this controlling ex. It's not this person or whoever this ex is. I'm not feeling any control around this at all. I think when they do come forward, they're going to act. They're not going to act on what they feel. What I mean by that is they'll probably come forward very, very gently, very slowly, especially in the beginning, and they'd like to come forward a lot quicker than that, but they're not going to do that. They're being very careful. They're taking this a lot more seriously that they're going to let on. I think they take you quite seriously, or they are when they come into you, and they don't want to scare you off. I think it might be that. I'm actually seeing, I know this is going to sound strange. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a military connection here. So maybe they're in the military, or I'm actually seeing a military family. So it might not be them. It might be. It might just be that they come from a military background. But yeah, obviously this is about moving. So if they are in the military, it might be that they can't see you all the time because of being away, traveling, moving. It might be that. There is a bit of awkward or difficult timing around this. It feels a bit like the timing's not quite right, and so there's that as well. I don't know why that is. You still have this aftermath of this stress around you. Might be that. You're definitely both going to take your time with this. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm just seeing this. If they are in the military, that might actually suit you practically, because I think you do like, you like being with someone, but I think you also really love having your independence from day to day. So if they're not there all the time, that might suit you. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the last card you have your past is the Empress. Yeah, comfort. Beautiful comfort, rest. I think as a friend, if you knew them as a friend, I think you'd be quite comfortable around them on that level. I'm not saying you're not going to be comfortable with them if you're in a relationship, but I'm just seeing a lot of, easy conversations. So you're quite relaxed on that level. I think it's just getting to the next stage that might be a little bit challenging for you, maybe. I don't know, because I'm just looking at the Chariot, and and he's protected, he's boxed in. So you might be still a little bit, you might still have your guard up a bit, I think, and you have this new lease of life, this new life, or whatever it is that you want to move into, this new shift, and you can feel that that's happening. I think, even I don't know which stage you're at yet, but I think you can feel that definitely. So maybe you feel as if, if you enter into a relationship right now, especially a serious one, you might lose your head. And you don't want to lose that. You want to stay focused like this Chariot. And also, I think, this is what I'm seeing as well. I think this might have happened to you before, where you got swept away and it kind of was a problem for you. Because I think in relationships, this is what I'm seeing. You're either in or you're out. So, you sit on things for a while, you decide whether this is what you want to do. Then when you've made up your mind, once you've done that, that's it. You go for it, you're very loyal as well. So once you're in, you're very loyal. So there's no turning back. So maybe that's why you're hesitating. It could be a number of different reasons. Okay, so anyway, the first card you have your presence, the Queen of Swords. Yeah, again, independence. I'm not seeing rejection here. I don't think you're outright rejecting this person. I think you're just kind of, let's wait and see, and all of that. And I think you also want to protect yourself. You want to protect your feelings until you're ready. Again, I'm seeing you don't want to lose your head. I'm getting that as well, because you're trying to concentrate on focus on where you're going. Also, you had that controlling atmosphere around you that I'm seeing in the Death card. And, I think someone held you back for a long, long time. And when you got away, you wanted to protect that independence pretty fiercely, actually. So it looks like you still kind of have that feeling around you. But yeah, if this is all making sense to you, I think you're right to put love to one side until you're ready. I don't know what the time frame around this is. You might be ready now. I don't know, but definitely wait until you're 100% ready. This transformation's happening in this card as well. This is butterflies, birds everywhere, all of that. And again, you want to take someone with you on this transformation. It might be your child. Because you have the Empress, which is about nurturing, caring, and this is obviously about protection, and you want to protect someone. So you might be protecting a child from any potential relationships until you kind of know that that's exactly what you want to do. You don't want to bring anyone into a situation where you have a child until you 100% trust them and the situation, and you know that this is going to be more permanent. It might be that as well. And I think with this big shift, I think your career or your job is all kind of intertwined in that. And your independence as well is driving this. I think everything is coming from you, coming from your mind, lots of ideas. I'm seeing a lot of imagination here, innovation. So this is all going to be a part of this new shift. I'm seeing some kind of a business or working by yourself with lots of different facets, lots of different elements, different income streams, maybe. It might be that. And you're building this up because you've got the Ten of Pentacles under this, and that can be about building up your money, building up things for yourself. If this is resonating with you, you never, ever, ever would have done anything like this if you're around this axe and in this controlling environment. So I can see why you're sort of inclined to protect yourself from any new love, but it won't be forever. You won't feel like that forever, and I think you are going to make up your mind about this at some time. It's not going to kind of hang in the air for forever. Okay, so the next card you have for your presence, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, you're building this up. It's like the grind stage. You kind of got your nose to the grindstone. You're kind of working away at things for yourself, trying to get yourself into the new position. Because it's one thing to do all of that emotionally, spiritually, and all of that. I think you've already done that. Now it's time to do the practical things around that. Okay, so there's also a family on this card, and there's a lot of family drama. I've seen that in the Death card. And look at the way this money's placed on this card. It's like the money's coming between us and the family. So I think there's money involved in this drama, this family drama, and I'm seeing these two main people here that are involved in this. It looks like some kind of problem that goes back a long way. But it's coming to a head now, I think. It's definitely coming to a head. I don't think you're directly involved in this. There might be someone who tries to get you involved in this, though. I'm seeing some big warning signs here, actually. Yeah, definitely stay away from all of this, because I'm actually seeing the possibility of maybe some kind of litigation or something. It might not come to that, but if this is making sense to you, just be very careful, be very neutral in what you have to say to any of these people, because I'm seeing this kind of he said, she said, he said that, she said that, and you know, if you give your opinion, it might be used in this drama in some way, maybe even in litigation if it comes to that. So be very, very, very careful. This is just a caution I'm seeing here, so I just wanted to say that. Okay, so the last card you have your presence, the High Priestess. Okay, a few different things here. If this is a family situation, this family situation that I'm seeing here, and if that all makes sense to you, if you're seeing all this, if this is kind of resonating, I think this is another reminder. Firstly, I think this is a reminder to keep things to yourself. The High Priestess can be about keeping things quiet, keeping secrets, having the knowledge, not saying anything. So again, don't say much. Keep out of this as much as you can. Obviously, if someone's upset, you're going to want to be there for them, but try to keep your words as neutral as you possibly can. That's what I'm seeing. There's an old grudge here, and I think if you're pulled into that, it's not going to bring any positivity to anything or anyone, you or them or anyone else. So again, absolutely stay out of this as much as you possibly can. You know, okay, I think you've always been very, very different to a lot of these people in your family. I keep on seeing this child as well all over this reading. If you brought up a child, or you know, if you're bringing up a child now, this is what I'm seeing. You're bringing them up in a very, very different way to the way that a lot of these other people operate. So there might be some conflict around that, but that shows me how different you are in your thinking. Obviously, I was seeing money coming in between you and family in the Ten of Pentacles, because you know, because you're coming in as the High Priestess. So it might be that you have a more spiritual approach to things, and they have a more money-related approach to things. Not everyone in your family, but I'm definitely seeing that with these two problematic people. Now, I'm not saying that spiritual people are the opposite of money. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that all spiritual people can't have money. That's not what I'm saying. That's a misconception that a lot of people have. I don't believe that. What I'm seeing here is it's just that your focuses are very, very different. You know, you don't judge yourself or other people by the same set of rules that they judge people by, other people by. That's what I mean. I hope that makes sense. And you know, I think when you do make this big shift, and you're on your way now, you are absolutely, but when this becomes really obvious to the people around you, you're probably going to be on the way to you're going to be on the receiving end. This is what I'm seeing. You're going to be on the receiving end of a lot of questions. This is what I'm seeing. It's like they're going to notice, oh, your life's very different now. And they're going to notice the material side. You're going to change in a lot of different areas, you know, spiritually, emotionally, all kinds of different areas you're going to change in. The only thing they're going to notice probably is the money side. So if you improve things money-wise, if you bought new things, if you have whatever you have, they're going to notice that. They're going to really focus on that, and they're going to ask you lots of questions about that side of things. So just be prepared for that. That's what I'm seeing there. Okay, so the first card you have, you features the Devil. Yes. Okay, here's the difference. Here we are. Now, before I say any more, I just want to say, don't worry about this card. I'm not seeing anything horrible happening to you. I just wanted to say that, just to clear your mind before I went on. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here. Again, this is definitely this family situation. I know it keeps on coming up here. I can't help it. It just keeps on coming up. So Now, again, I'm not saying money's evil. I don't think that at all. But if that's where your total focus is, then your feelings around money, they're going to be distorted, they're going to be warped. And that's what I think is happening to these people. And that's why I was saying that you don't want to be involved in this. And yeah, look at this. There are two people on this card. I was seeing two people in some kind of dispute. And money here, money's at the centre of this dispute, and they can't let this go. They're chained to this, like these poor people. And, you know, the thing is, once you make this journey, this big life shift, you're going to experience a lot more abundance, you know, in money, yes, but in a lot of other areas as well, because your focus is on a lot of different things. You know, you have this spirituality underpinning things as well that I was seeing in the High Priestess. And, you know, it's hard when you see people in this situation. You know, you could try and talk to them, but, you know, if they're chained to this mindset, it can be really hard for them to see any other point of view other than their own. So, yeah, if you want to tell them, you know, something like, you know, you need to refocus your energy onto something else, of course, do that if you want to. But I don't think they're going to listen. I think they're going to have to make up their own mind on this and see all of this for themselves. But yeah, again, don't drag yourself down in this heaviness. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so the next card you have for your future is the Moon. Yeah, again. Okay, I know this is specific. I know I keep on seeing this situation, but you know, it's really, really clear, and someone needs to hear this. So please, if this is you, please stay out of this. Please walk away from this drama and this horrible money, whatever this is, this dispute. I'm also seeing that there might be a little bit more to this grudge than you know about, and I think you'll find out what this is, but probably not for a long time. Yeah, maybe in a few years' time even. It's a long time ahead of you. Okay, look at this lobster. He's coming out of this dark water. He's getting himself out of the darkness. And again, you know, this is... Okay, here he comes. He's coming between these two warring people, this dog and this wolf, and he's ascending. He's ascending up to this beautiful golden path. So this is your life shift. But I think your test is not to be dragged back by these two people, this dog and this wolf. Ignore them. Walk past this. Walk past them. And that's how you're going to get up to the top of this mountain. So yeah, that's big message here in this card. It's really summing up a lot of what's in this reading. Maybe I should do a one card reading, because this really summed up a lot of what was here. Not everything, but most of what was here. Okay, so yeah, the last card you have your future is the Emperor. Yeah, this is interesting too, because the Emperor can represent the military, a military leader. So yeah, it doesn't have to be that, but this is the second time I've seen this here, military connection with this love connection. And yeah, this is this love connection. And yeah, I'm seeing you both taking your time with this, especially in the beginning. But again, like I was seeing in the Chariot, they're serious about this, you know, and the Emperor is obviously very serious. So they're serious about you. So I think in the early stages, they'll start off quite slowly. They'll be quite patient. That'll be fine. But I think after a while, they're going to want to come to a decision on this. And, you know, this is the Emperor. He's determined. So I think it's going to come to a point where, you know, you're going to have to make a decision on this. You're probably going to talk about this, and a decision's going to be made one way or the other. Okay, have a look at this. You've got the Empress on one side, and you've got the Emperor on the other side, and in the middle you've got the High Priestess, which is spirituality. So I think you are going to connect in the end. I think you're going to come together in the end, because you're both at one end and you've got the spirituality in the middle. So I think you have a spiritual connection, and you are actually going to come together with this person at some time. That's what I'm seeing in that card, and all in the bottom row.